Mein Name ist Anna. It is currently 4:50 in the morning on a Sunday. I am in my best friend's kitchen. I am at a sleepover and I'm doing my homework. Hi, welcome to my vlog. I'm going to be talking about my experience acquiring a second language and the way I learned my third language, and also the importance of language in general. Language, I actually think it's very important because it's a lot to do with the context in which someone is born. You know, it's not the same to speak a language because of course there's language, for example Spanish, but Spanish in Spain is different than Spanish in Mexico, and Spanish in the north of Mexico is different than Spanish in the south of Mexico. So, and that has a lot to do with context about my second language acquisition. I relate a lot to a psycholinguistic theory, and that is Dr. Stephen Krashen's psycholinguistic theory. This is because he says that for an individual to correctly speak a language, he or she must learn it and acquire it at the same time. That happened to me when I was young. My cable was only in English, so I had to unconsciously relate the images to what the character was saying, and yeah, I just kind of learned it, acquired it that way. And I was also learning it at school, so that they helped me with grammar and spelling and how to write it and how to properly use it. And that actually put me under a lot of stress, because I started to forget how to speak Spanish because I was learning so much English, and everything I watched, everything I heard was in English, and basically the only Spanish I ever heard was from my parents, and I was kind of forgetting how to speak Spanish. But I think that would be the only downside to the whole learning acquisition thing, because the whole point is that you know how to speak two languages, not learn one but forget your mother tongue, you know? So that would be the only downside. Now that I'm learning German, I actually wanted to learn Dutch first, and I started learning Dutch, but then nobody wanted to learn Dutch with me, so I went to German because it's the closest thing to Dutch, and it's pretty hard. It's kind of similar to English, but not really. It's like English but on steroids or something. And I started with Duolingo, but it wasn't really working for me, so then I decided to move to another measure. And the thing is that I have watched the Harry Potter movies so many times that I actually know every single dialogue of every single movie. And I said, you know what, I know them in English, I'm gonna watch them in German and try to make the connection. And it kind of worked, but I started to get a lot, very off, because Ron and Hermione's voice sounded the absolute same. It was like one person was doing both roles, and it was just making me very mad. But with the movies, I learned the numbers, and I learned different phrases. I know how to say "come closer," which is pretty similar to English because it's just "come closer," but it's something, you know. And then I also asked my homeboy Max if he could recommend me some music in German. He speaks German fluently, so I thought that was a good thing, you know, him recommending music. And he told me about this guy named Prince B, I think it's Prince B, and he is great. He's the absolute best, and I honestly think I'm a fan now because pop it. And yeah, that's basically how I've been learning German. I do know certain things with the songs that I've been listening. The more I listen to the songs, the more I understand what they're saying, and I think that is a really good way for me to learn it. And from this whole learning thing, I've actually realized that the way that I really learn is by hearing. because I always thought I had to like write things and like practice things. But it turns out that with just hearing, I can like actually process what's going on. That's helping me a lot. So yeah, this is my outro. Danke, that means thank you. And so yeah, danke for watching. Ugh.